when you brake really hard in order to be more efficient, make yourself heavy, drop your heels, keep your elbows out.
And what does Remy do? He makes my competition faster.
Rider number 6. Oh, sick. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Jack. Jack is my neighbor, and him and I have done a riding video about a year ago, and it was all about progression. So we went over some of the top tips such as cornering, braking control, even line choices. And Jack progressed a lot during the video, but also since the video, because you've been riding a ton and you have actually registered for your first ever Enduro race. Here in Squamish, it's next week, and one of the stages is Hot Tuna. It's a super interesting trail, so we're gonna go and check out the stage, and I'm gonna give you some race tips. We're gonna go over a bunch of different points, so hopefully you can ride your bike faster, safer, and you can also have a super fun day. But first, you should give me your bike. I'm gonna make a little adjustment, and you probably can get us coffee. What do you think?
I can do that. Coffee.
Today's video is brought to you by E13. E13 has been one of my longest sponsors. I've started working with them in 2015, first just on the chain guide, and then in 2017 we've added the carbon wheels, as well as the tire sealant, the valves, and even the cassette. It's been awesome working with that brand, and today I'm gonna show you what product we're gonna install on Jack's bike. Our friend Jack today is getting the new E13 TRS Race SL chain guide. So what this little piece does, essentially it goes right there on your frame, and it makes sure that the chain stays on the chain ring at all time. So yes, nowadays narrow wide chain rings are fairly efficient, but when the transmission starts to wear out, you are way more likely to drop the chain, and you don't want that to happen during the race, because obviously you can lose time, but also that could cause an accident, or you could damage your frame if the chain was to get stuck between the chain ring and the chain stays. Also, it's pretty inexpensive. It retails for $55 US. It's only 29 grams, and it's really easy to install, so it's a must-have on your bike. Oh, thank you, Jack.
You're welcome. One for you, Alex.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Good stuff. Let's go right now. There you go, princess.
For your own YouTube channel?
We are on top of Hot Tuna, which is the start of the stage. Jack, I'm gonna ask you to ride ahead of me with the same speed, same aggressiveness, and same lines that what you plan on doing during the race. And we'll stop at the fire road, we'll regroup, and I'll give you some feedback on what I've seen, so we can start progressing. Shock is unlocked, suspension unlocked?
Yep.
Okay, this is most likely where the start will be, I believe, just because it makes more sense to put the timing. It's flat, so it's a nice start. I follow you. Nice inside line here. Open his corner pretty well. Yeah, Jack. Yeah, that was really good. That was definitely, you progressed a ton. Okay, first feedback. I think Jesse Melamed's got some competition with Jack coming into the Enduro scene. No, it was definitely really good. I think you rode really well. You thought about checking your helmet at the start. checking that your suspension were unlocked. Those are little details, but if you were to forget that, that will throw your race off and put your confidence down. So that was good. You had some really good lines. A few times you were a bit too inside. I think overall in Enduro you want to ride really smooth so you can maintain a good level of energy through the whole day and really limit mistakes. If you could maybe brake a bit harder and brake a bit more before the corner, you're better at going slower onto a corner and accelerating out than coming a bit too hot and having to drag your brakes through the entire corner, make a mistake and then have to pedal out.
Yeah.
So really try to keep it smooth. One thing that you can be doing more in order to prevent that is to really scan the terrain. So look down and look really far. Look down really far so you can really anticipate every single corner, every single jumps, so you can really have a smoother ride. Do you have any feedback or any
Yeah, I
question?
could feel for sure I was like pretty deep in corners, still on the brake, and then by the time I let go, I just not got speed coming out of them. I could feel you behind me having to slow down because I was so slow.
I hope that was expected, Zach.
Yeah.
And in terms, you know, we've been pedaling for a while, obviously,
Yeah.
to get there, but then, you know, we've been waiting on top, which is what you
I
have
found
to do the
found
race.
that hard. Right, I found it difficult to be sure we climb, but we kind of wait around up at the top, and then my heart rate is down. I'm cold. I haven't ridden anything downhill for quite a long time, so it was hard to go straight into a jump and then into some technical corners. And
so you got to warm up, and just before actually dropping, like get your heart rate up a little bit. You know, a few like jumping jacks, couple of sprints uphill. That will really help you to get into the flow.
Yeah.
So let's hike up, check out some of the line, and do another lap.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you climb up, when you push up the bike, really make sure you take your time and look at the terrain. For instance, this. When you come really fast down that straight line, you can't really see what's behind, right?
Yeah.
But now that you've been hiking up and actually looking at it, you can see that there is actually not much of a difficulty, so you don't have to slow down. And not slowing down means obviously you're gonna be faster, but that means you don't have to try to accelerate after that compression because you'll have carried a really good speed.
Yeah. This section here, I wasn't sure if I should try and double this bit here and then double the next one, or if I should keep my wheels on the ground for this bit here to make sure that I do a good job of the second one.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely better and faster to double this one, land into the compression, and then double again out.
Yeah.
First of all, it's faster, and the second thing is that you go fast enough that if you don't actually double that, you might get a bit bouncy, and then you won't be able to set up properly and jump the second one.
Yeah.
So if you feel confident enough, and if you're well set up, you can definitely prepare a little compression, nice little bunny up here, and be, you know, quite precise so you can set up and then carry good speed.
Yeah.
Also, you come really fast and you can see that feature from a while back, so you have time to anticipate and get ready. I think you should attempt it. So what's the line here?
Well, my line was down on the inside here, which made that corner extremely sharp, so then I was super slow coming out of it. But when I stand here, I can see that obviously I should be going wider up here and open my corner like you said, so that I can carry more speed.
Exactly. So in addition, you can see that corner from pretty far away. You can come really fast. There's good grip right there, so you can get fast, hard on the brakes so you lose a bunch of speed. You set up so you compress your bike, open your corner. You just need enough speed to just make it above those roots, and once you're there, you've lost enough speed that you should not be dragging your brakes too much outside. You can look at the exit of the corner, apply a good pressure on the outside foot, which is going to be your right leg because that corner doesn't have much support. Get your elbows out, be in a good position so you can get the tire knobs really biting, and then you can see your exit. You can let go confidently the brakes and carry good speed out. Sweet. Well, I want to see a nice outside line then.
The hardest thing for me is to change my mindset where I look at a corner like this, and instead of looking on the inside and thinking, oh, I can ride that easily without falling, I need to look at the corner and think, okay, I can actually open that up and have the confidence to ride on the bit that's a bit more challenging but gives me the better corner shape.
Exactly, but after a while, looking at those outside line where you can open the corner, carry speed out, that's gonna become natural for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Just practice.
Yeah.
Go for it. corner. That was better. Brake. Yes. Upper part of Fortuna, so second attempt. Definitely seen some progress. You're faster, you look more confident, more control on the bike. You brake harder before your corner, carry a better speed out overall. One thing that can be improved, there is the first S turns. You control your speed better before it. You had a good speed like entering the corner, but you didn't exit with as much speed as you could have done. Why? Because you didn't apply pressure on the outside of your bike and outside of your body. So what you should be doing is essentially have your left pedal down and really apply pressure on your handlebars, especially on your left hand, so you can get the tire knobs to grip onto that flat corner because it's got no support, and that way you can carry speed. Yeah. So make sure you look out and be in that, you know, solid position. Following that, there is that tricky 180-degree corner. So you brake really hard before, you open your line, that was really good, but you still had too much speed. And it is hard to actually commit to that left-hand corner without touching the brake once you set up. So I think you can slow down even more. That way you can be in a more solid position and more confident with your speed and roll out. Yeah. After that, you got a steeper hill and you've got that little double-double. So when you jump, you're a bit too far left, that kind of threw you off. I do believe that if you compress your bike while scanning the terrain and looking ahead a little bit more, you'll be more confident with where you have to go. So you'll be able to focus more on your body position to successfully get into that transition and carry speed out. Last thing I've noticed was that compression where we stopped at on the way up. You still were a bit too much on the brakes. I think that if you scan the terrain, you can see far enough the trail that you know that there is not really any difficulty and you could carry more speed out. So if you can carry more speed into it, that's gonna make, you know, a couple of seconds almost to the next corner. Yeah. Let's do lap number 3 and apply all those feedback. Lap number 3, think about those corners, especially flat corner. Put your weight outside, make sure you scan the terrain, and yeah, ride, relax, have fun. Okay. I follow you. Ah, that's better. That's definitely better, huh? You had much more speed on the exit of those like S corners. The one where you got to open the outside, the left-hander, I mean, you did much better, but it's still very tricky. Okay, lap number 3, definitely stuck to see Jack going faster and faster, but this last corner, Jack went inside or middle line, whereas I chose to go far outside. So why did I do that? Because there is a tree, so when you come into the corner, you see the tree, and that essentially blocks your view. By going far outside, you can see better the trail. So I was able to adjust my speed accordingly because I could see what was next. When you don't necessarily know what's coming up, opening your line allows you to see, you know, better and make smarter decisions in terms of line choices and speed adjustment for the corner. Another thing to take in consideration is that this corner is gonna see, you know, 1,000 people over the next week, so it might get blown out, especially if it's dry. If you come far outside, you can brake later, you can wait to see the shape of your corner before you release the brakes. If it's in poor shape, you keep on the brakes, you go slower. If you come here and you see it's fine, then you can let go of the brakes, carry good speed out. So that is the blind roll that we've been chatting about before. On the third lap, what I did is that I jumped inside. By jumping inside, I was able to lining up like a nearly perfect straight line. So that means less cornering, obviously it's faster, but also you save energy. And I think it's extremely important in enduro. On a stage that's gonna be 10 minutes long, that makes a huge difference.
Have a good ride, guys. See ya.
Have a good one. Lap number 4. So yeah, I preload before the compression. That way I was able to not get bucked. Well, you made a mistake, but the coach as well made a mistake.
Oh, good.
I was a bit too far outside on that last corner.
Yeah.
And the terrain kind of gave up.
Yeah.
But no excuse, but you're in front of me, so I'm focused on what you do as well. I don't know if that counts as an excuse or not.
I'm pretty sure that's an excuse. Okay, so this section here, I remember there's maybe a minute before we get to a drop, which is pretty difficult. So it'd be good if we could ride to there and then stop and look at it.
Yeah, I'll follow you and give you some feedback.
Okay.
Go for it. Smooth, focus on your braking point.
How was that first section?
Yeah, was really good. Jack definitely looks faster, smoother. You brake more before the corner, so then you get more confident in the corner and you don't have to drag your brakes as much.
Yeah.
You apply better pressure on the outside of your body to get the time lapse to grip. That was really good. That bridge section where you were, Alex, it's definitely murky, it's very wet, it's quite difficult to get a smooth line, but you went a bit far right and so you came on an angle on the bridge and that caused you to be a bit off balance and slide. Whereas me, I scanned the terrain and I was looking further than you, so I could see the line and I adjusted, went left, that way I could come straight and avoid sliding. But it is definitely difficult. And right here, this is a drop. You said you had some issue in the past,
Yeah.
and I can see why carrying enough speed for it could be a challenge, especially if you don't look far enough.
Yeah.
So I think it's really gonna be key. You got some support in the berm, but you really have to look ahead for this one. Okay?
This exists. It does exist.
Obviously, you can go around there. It's really slow. The fastest option is to drop, but if you don't feel like jumping, you could go where my front wheel is and just do a tiny drop. And that way you're on a straighter line, and it's definitely not as fast as a proper double, but still much faster than the regular way around. So that's also an option.
Oh, yeah, okay. I got you today. We'll pull up.
If you don't feel like it, or even let's say you come here on your corner and you're like, well, I'm not going fast enough, I'm not lined up enough, you can still make it work. Whereas once you committed to jump but you decide not to jump, you won't be able to go around and you won't be able to roll.
Huh. Okay, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, buddy.
How was that?
That works.
That's a great tip.
Make sure you subscribe.
Sorry? I think I already am.
We come out on the trail, and what does Remy do? He makes my competition faster.
You just lost one spot.
I for sure lost one spot.
So this jump is interesting because you're coming out of a corner and that's what makes it challenging. So the key is to have your corner dial, your speed dial before the corner. If you end up touching your brakes while you are on the corner, your bike is gonna stand up and that's not gonna line you up properly for the drop. Once you are onto this corner here, if you are not looking at your landing, you won't have time to adjust your body position, adjust your pop, and you won't be confident, you won't be relaxed, and you won't be able to make it properly. So let me show you and then you do it.
Okay. So fast, it's unreal. That was good.
It's gonna be your turn now.
Yeah, I can do that. Just, you can speed it up, right?
It's a pretty nice feature. I managed to carry like pretty good speed out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, but I braked really hard in between the two corners.
Yeah.
So once I came into that right hand corner before the drop, my speed was dialed. I didn't have to feather the brakes, and I still carried enough speed that I could like kind of squash the drop.
Yeah.
I didn't have to pop.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll carry, well, I hope you won't carry as much speed as me.
Yeah.
Otherwise you'll put me out of a job. But you most likely will have to pop to reach to the landing.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that, right? You absorbed it, whereas I'm gonna have to launch off it a little.
And pretty sure I was on the wood. That's because
Yeah,
I was
you
going
were.
fast enough.
Yeah.
And also I was looking ahead.
Yeah.
If you get pulled towards the outside, it's totally fine to use that little rock,
Yeah.
because that gives you a bit of an help
Yeah.
to really get into the transition.
Yeah. All right.
I see you. See if the coaching helps.
Well, you're gonna say it helps no matter what happens.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, if I can do that in a race, I'll be happy enough.
Yeah, you had a solid position. I mean, you cased a little bit, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter on a feature that size.
Yeah.
You carried good speed. I was really happy to see how you braked before the corner, in between the two corners, and then really committed and looked ahead like you were perfectly set up. Like you, the only thing you could do better is to go faster. Really.
Yeah. And you know, I think I could go faster. I was just trying to judge the speed properly. Here's another rider. Yeah, they do.
See, Jack? You didn't get the coaching.
No, I know. That's probably the biggest difference. Yeah. Unbelievable. But that, I mean, that's the other thing, is that they just wheelie dropped it. But obviously, if you can make that transition, it's so much faster.
Well, you use less energy.
Yeah, exactly.
I know you're a road cyclist, but like taking impact like this, if you can land on the landing, you just save energy.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I need to do a lot of because I've got skinny little arms.
Nice! That was really good. He made the coach really proud. So not only you landed in the transition
Yeah.
perfectly, you carried really good speed. Obviously you had more speed than before because you cased it the previous time.
Yeah.
That corner, which is quite blind, you braked really hard before. I saw your front wheel locking,
Yeah.
meaning that you went essentially to the limit of the grip of traction. You braked really hard, and once you got there and you could see, you totally let go of the brakes.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, essentially what we've been working on, so
Yeah.
stoked to see that. I mean, to be fair, anything here is difficult.
But I mean, this is a classic example where I came up there and you can see this sort of rut that lots of people have ridden. And as soon as I got into it, I knew it was the wrong line. I knew it was slow, but it was too late to do anything about it because I wasn't looking far enough ahead.
We'll have to see. I mean, that outside line is definitely a little bit less bouncy.
Yeah.
I mean, the line you took, if the trail was clean, would be the best one.
Yeah.
But as of right now, because of erosion,
Yeah.
because it's muddy, because there's those rocks,
Yeah.
the line where my bike currently is might be the best one.
Yeah. But my bike should be facing the other way though, right?
Ideally, yes.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You know how I can tell you are a dad, Jack? Because you got shitty jokes.
Dad jokes.
Ah, it's definitely good.
It's muddy, eh?
It's really muddy. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna tape the course.
Oh, I wish I had a GoPro.
Well, I have my GoPro on. I was not even clipped in.
Yeah, see, I don't know if they're going to tape it, so you just can't do that section.
You went pretty big on the small one.
Yeah, I've done this one a few times. I know that there's kind of a second transition there that I could land on, and it's pretty smooth.
You know that you essentially got as much air as if you were doing the big one.
Yeah. No, I know. Because I'm much more comfortable on this one than I am on this one, I know I can do this, but I think in the race, when, you know, this is halfway down the trail, my heart rate's high, I'm maybe going to be tired. I know that when I come around that corner, I'm going to be way more confident to do the small one than the big one, so
just
I probably would do
remember
it.
to really slow down.
Yeah.
Because when you're tired, you know, your timing might be a bit off, so you really want to slow down before and be able to squash the jump. Obviously, it's a smart decision you make because you don't have as much experience doing this one than the small one.
Yeah.
My point of view is that this one, the big one, is actually easier and safer. But you haven't done it, so stick to what you know.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna do the jump myself, the big one, just to show our viewers that, you know, it's probably the best line. And you should take the way around, and so we can figure out if the jumps are actually faster than the way around.
Yeah. Okay, so we're basically going to have a race.
You might win, Jack.
I hope so.
Okay, let's see which line is the fastest.
All right.
So Jack is gonna go around the jump, and I'm gonna take the big jump. I didn't expect you to be that close.
Oh, I'm glad one of us stopped there, Remy.
Well, we know which one stopped.
Hey, that was closer than you thought, eh?
That was closer than I thought. I didn't pedal, huh? And I tweaked.
Here we go.
It is like not even a second faster.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so back onto hot tuna. Put out in the corners. That section of trail is super fun. As you saw, there's a bunch of lines. We took what we thought was most likely to be on the race. Why? Because the jumps are a bit smaller, it's a bit more fun, and there was some way around for the people not feeling the jumps. Jack, you rode really well. You brake hard before your corners. You start opening more the lines, which is really good. Now some things you can improve. In terms of body position, when you brake really hard in order to be more efficient, make yourself heavy, drop your heels, keep your elbows out and really push down on your hands and make your entire body feel heavier so the tire knobs can really dig into the ground. And another thing, you don't have to always move with the bike. You can let the bike dance below you. So for example, when you lay on a corner, think about inclining the bike. You don't have to incline your body with the bike. So let some space for the bike to move around. And I think that's about it. I'm very happy with the day. We're gonna keep on going on hot tuna and then do some of the other trail back to the house. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, boys.
Okay, last section of hot tuna. That will be the end of this first stage. Yes, that was sweet. What a fun day.
That was awesome.
Thank you for watching this video. Jack and I are now gonna do a GoPro on Mickey's Magic, but let me know in the comment below which tip was your favorite, and please make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out the link in the description. Every purchase you make helps me. Thank you so much. I follow you. Oh, and good luck, Jack.